Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Bandit. Bandit. What's that? Kill. Oh, that's black. What's that?
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second and inches, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Let's go.
A gain of 14.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Madison running on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
A gain of 14.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go, man. Get that ball.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, this is Madison. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 27.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on second and 16. Going on the ground with Madison. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wait, set. Wait, Eddie. Mike's 40. Let's go.
Brady now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Looking to throw on second down. Brady lets it go for Nelson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground with Madison, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Check safety, check safety.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. On third down, they run with Madison. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, wahoo. Sugar.
Back near his goal line. Here's Brady. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. On first down, Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Wait, set, play, 20. Here we go. 53, lead now. Hey, Delta, hold 50. Check your hot read. Check it.
To throw again, Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Get ready.
Here's Madison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Let's go, G, let's go. Bravo.
Cousins now from the 50. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Might want to remember that third down play, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Come to my world.
They'll run with Madison, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's third down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. First. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Bring it. Hatchet. Lucky 50.
Now a give to Madison, and they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down.
What's that? Mike's 59. I'm coming.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Wait, set 29. Alpha. Here we go, D.
They'll get this out wide. It's Nelson with it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
19 yards. And the Cowboys first down.
My 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They go play action here on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Everson Griffin has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Sugar! Hey, Wood! Squeeze! Ready?
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 40-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the handoff, it's Madison. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
I'm here all day. Jim, bring up 48. Pilot, 64, weak.
From the 27th, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All day, baby, all day. Shadow.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he whips that one incomplete there. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Brady. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Tighten up. You go tight. You got tight. 2. Like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hey, no, easy. One shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
It's now 4th down.
It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Wait, 20. Hey, goal 66. Hey, Orbit. 72.
One final try now for Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.